Good morning. So this video is gonna be a little different than normal. Today, we're gonna do a what's in my bag. Thanks to Brevite for sending us one of their cool camera jumper backpacks. The fun fact about this backpack is that I've actually been using this backpack for almost 3 or 4 years now. The last time I did a what's in my bag video, which you can watch if you wanna go see that, I actually did it with my best friend Tyler, and I was using the yellow version of this bag. And actually, hold on, I think I still have it. I do still have it. This is the other Brevite jumper that I have. So in case you're already wondering, yes, they come in a bunch of different colors. This one's also cool because it has my Peter McKinnon zipper accessory bits on here when he did that little drop back in the day. But anyway, that's one of the cool story about these bags is I bought this bag. I bought this yellow one years ago to kind of have a more incognito daily carry kind of bag that also could still hold my camera. And then fast forward to a couple months ago and Brevite reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to try out our backpack? And I said, boy, I sure do. So this is, I think, I'm not sure what the name of the color of this is. Maybe I'll put it up on screen so you know, but this is more of a mature army green sort of color or like alpine green or something of the sort. And today I'm going to show you sort of what I carry in my camera backpack. And kind of the cool thing about this video is that everything I used to make this video, including the laptop, the camera, the mics, the tripod, and any of the other accessories all fit in this backpack. And that's kind of the cool thing about it is that you could bring a little video set with you or a video production with you anywhere you go. Some of the cool things that I like about this backpack right off the bat is of course the luggage. I love this luggage strap. So if you travel a lot like I do, this will slip over your little luggage thing. So that's super nice. The other thing that I like about it a whole lot is, where'd it go? There it is. The easy camera access. So basically you unzip this little pouch or this little pocket right here, and you can easily grab your camera. Actually, let me grab a camera to make this a little more, make more sense. And I apologize, by the way, if I'm all over the place. You guys know I normally don't do unscripted videos, but for this one, I'm trying really hard to do an unscripted video and stay on task. Look at me go. So I grabbed a couple cameras here. This is my Fujifilm X-T4, fantastic camera. This is my Lumix S5 Mark II X. I'm actually selling this camera. So if you happen to be in the market for a Lumix S5 Mark II X, basically brand new, it's sat on my teleprompter for basically ever since I bought it, let me know. This little pouch right here, I think I have it set up already. You can basically stick your camera in and pull it out really easily. And that's super convenient. That way you don't have to completely open up your bag. If you know with some other camera bags, which let me show you what I mean. For other camera bags, and some of you may also recognize this camera bag, this is the Nomadic Peter McKinnon camera bag. Also a great camera bag, but the main issue, I guess, with this bag, and I actually reviewed this bag as well, is that in order to get your camera or any of your gear, you have to open this huge pouch or this huge section of the bag. It's literally the back flap of the bag. The entire thing has to basically come open in order for you to get in to get your camera. So unless you store the camera up top, up here, you really can't get to it without opening up the entire bag, or if you decide to clip it on the outside. The other thing you can do, which I really love, is you can add like a Peak Design camera, I forget what they call these, like a holster situation. And I don't have the Peak Design plate on this camera, but normally if you have the plate, you can take it and you can just lock it in. And then I like to walk around wearing the bag with my camera sort of clipped to my shoulder strap. Once you open up the main component of the Brevite bag, as you can see, it opens up to what you're familiar with for a camera bag, but only this little section opens. And when you're trying to be discreet, you're trying to be low key, you're trying to be kind of blend in with society, this is really nice. I like this. I can tell you right now, it's much less intimidating to whip out a camera out of this thing than it is to whip a camera out of this thing. It's all about appearance a lot of the time. So my yellow one and my green one are basically, I have them set up identically because that's just the setup that works for me. So the other part of this bag that you get is of course up here at the very top. So you just got this top main section up here. It's similar to most camera bags I've seen. Most camera bags have the camera compartment, whatever, where all the dividers are, however that goes. And then usually at the top of the bag, there's usually a section that is just open space. And in the case of the Brevite, it's small. I mean, it's not a lot. Could you fit a camera up there? You could. This is kind of just free space. I like to throw pretty much whatever else I have going on. One thing that I pretty much never leave the house without is my MacBook. And the cool thing with this bag is that it actually fits a 16-inch MacBook. I'm currently using a MacBook with the M2 Pro. Like I mentioned, you have that luggage strap, but next to that luggage strap is a little secret pouch. We love secret pouches. So you can kind of, it only goes as deep as this area right here. So you could put maybe your wallet in there. And the last kind of part of the bag is this very front pocket here. This basically has a couple elastic little sections here where you can stuff, again, whatever you need. It's kind of multi-purpose. You can even, not use the elastic bit and just stick something larger in this area. Heck, you could probably fit a DJI Mini in there if I had one. I could probably fit a drone in there for sure. The last two things I would say is you've got a tripod holder or a water bottle holder. This is a 40-ounce water bottle. Let's see if it fits in there. It does. I also like to put my tripod in here. Now I know on the bottom, there's two straps right here for a tripod. I don't like using that for a tripod just because when I sit my bag down, I don't want it to fall over because the tripod, and in my case, the tripod that I use is carbon fiber. I don't want it to get all scratched up every time I sit my bag down. So that's basically a tour of the Brevite bag. It's simple, it's easy, it's clean, it looks nice, and it still has enough space for all your camera stuff. So let's go find out what I personally put in it, even though I've kind of spoiled half of it. So yeah, that's everything. I didn't line this up very well because I don't ever do these top-down shots, but that's pretty much everything I put in my bag. Okay, so this is everything I think that I carry with me on a pretty normal, I would say, daily basis if I'm bringing my camera with me. In the case of this weekend, we're going on a little weekend trip. This is what I would bring with me. Just a quick note, I am using the Lumix as the sub for the FX3 just because I'm filming with the FX3, and as I mentioned when we started this video, everything I used to make this video fits in this bag, so I wanna stick to that as best I possibly can. Obviously, we have the Brevite Everyday Jumper, as I've already done a little tour, and so as we talk about each item, I'll just pack it in here, and if I did my math right, everything that's in front of me should fit in this bag. So in that front compartment, like I mentioned before, is where I usually put all my camera stuff. So we'll go ahead and we'll put the Lumix in there, or the FX3, don't tell anybody. Put that in there. Now I sometimes do take an extra lens with me. I'm using the, like I said, 24-70 Sigma lens on the FX3 right now. That's kind of the perfect golden range. However, I have been using these Rokinon Cine AF lenses lately. I have a 75 prime and a 35 prime. Both are at t1.9. If you're into cinema lenses and you shoot by yourself, these are fantastic. I never got a chance to really make a full video or review about them, but they're autofocus. They go down to t1.9. They perform really well at t1.9, shockingly. And they're super lightweight, great for gimbals because they're matched, yada, yada, yada. I usually bring one or the other. Fits right there in that little square section that I was telling you guys about before. The next thing that I like to bring lately, normally I use the wireless, the Rode Wireless Go 2 wireless microphones. Recently I got the DJI Mic 2. That's what I've been using to record the audio for this video this entire time. It comes in this snazzy little case, and it comes in a sort of AirPods case. It's super cool. And that guy, you know what? I'm gonna stick that right there. Backup microphone option is always a Rode, I think this is the Video Go Plus, something of that sort. I also have the Video Micro from years ago. Both are great. This is another one of those mics that you can just kind of finagle in here. It may or may not fit in that particular spot, but we'll we'll try it. I also like to bring with me occasionally a camera strap. This is the Peak Design camera strap. A lot of you are familiar with that. I usually use it on the Fujifilm. This is actually the Fujifilm edition. It's a super nice camera strap. It's easy to adjust, easy to attach and take off with their, if you know the Peak Design little detached things, they're super great. I usually toss that up here in this corner as well. I always bring a small RGB LED light. This is a small rig RM120. It's, I believe, ARGB, so it does all of the different colors of the rainbow. So I usually I'll either toss it somewhere in the camera component, sometimes it fits in this front compartment, or we're gonna toss it right there. The next thing is an ND filter. This is the Peter McKinnon Signature Edition 2, very popular ND filter, VND I should say. I love the way that this whole contraption works. Basically the back cap comes off and then you've got the filter itself with this nice rubber protective lens cap that goes over it. You attach it to your lens with the cap on it, and then you just pull the cap off, boom. This is the 2 to 5. I find that 2 to 5 is plenty for what I usually do. I think they also make a 6 to 9 as well. And so yeah, super nice. Again, just kind of toss it up in this little section up here, wherever it'll fit. The other filters I like to use recently are these really cheap Amazon star filters. That'll fit right on top of that ND filter right there. Going along with the lens stuff, step-up rings. Super cheap, highly, highly underrated. So again, super cheap. That'll just, again, right on top right there, no problem. Honestly, I think that's everything I would put in the camera part right here. We've got the camera, an extra lens, some lens accessories, a light, and a microphone system. Boom, done, zipper up. In this front pocket, this is where I like to put some of my other little accessories here. So I've got a GAN charger. A lot of you are probably familiar with GAN chargers, gallium nitride, it's very cool. Basically super high powered chargers, but in really small sizes. This is an Anker GAN charger. It has their IQ, which I love because basically whatever you plug into it, it'll kind of detect how much power to give it so you don't damage anything. It's got 2 USB-C ports on it. I've got this really, honestly, pretty cheap, but it's bright orange USB-C cable. It works great. I love it because it's orange and I love orange, obviously. So I'll probably just stick that somewhere in here. No particular order. Actually, I'll put the power brick in one of the little elastic bits, and then the cable, because it's big, I just kind of stick it in there, you know? It's no big deal. The next thing is obviously my Sony FX3 charger. I don't use any aftermarket chargers. I just use the one that came with it, and an extra Sony MP-Z100 battery. That'll also just kind of slide on in here. Sometimes, depending if it's just a day trip, I may not bring the wall charger just because I'm not, you know, I'm only going out for the day, but in this case, it's a weekend trip. So I am gonna bring the whole charger and the cable. And the next thing is another battery. This is the Anker, I don't remember which one this is. This is the Anker 633 MagGo battery. I'm a big fan of the MagGo batteries. I've been using them for years now, I guess. Again, slots right into one of these little elastic sections in the front bit. Next, we've got, of course, AirPods. Do have a deep brand case on them. Like I mentioned, keeps them safe, keeps them from being super slick and slippery. It's one of those toss in here, forget about it situations. One kind of strange thing that I guess I don't always bring with me, but I do sometimes, and I'm going to start bringing it more, is a small screwdriver. This happens to be the LTT stubby screwdriver, which they had just come out with not too long ago. But the little one is great for just having in a bag in case, you never know. You never know when you need a little tiny screwdriver. And yeah, that'll cover it for the front part. So as you can see so far, we're filling it up, pretty nice. Moving on to this top component up here where we put that microphone earlier. This is, again, like I said, kind of the junk drawer of sorts. This is kind of interchangeable for me from the front pocket to this top pocket. It's kind of just for items that I don't have a specific spot for. So in this case, my MacBook charger is gonna go up there because there's no other real good spot for it. So usually I just kind of toss this in here. Honestly, that's pretty much everything that goes in the top part. You can see I've got a lot of extra space. I mean, you can pretty much toss whatever else you want in there. Sometimes I'll toss a notebook or something, a pen, any other miscellaneous items will go up in here or in that zipper pocket in the flap. It's great for just, again, it's a junk drawer. You know, who doesn't want a junk drawer on the go? It's great. Zip that up. And then of course, kind of the final thing is this back laptop spot, which is of course where the 16-inch M2 MacBook Pro goes. You just slide that in there, no problem. Zip it up. And then the final thing to go in the bag is going to, of course, be the Peak Design travel tripod in carbon fiber, because yes, I'm like that. This I like to just stuff in the water bottle pouch, like I mentioned before, and put the little strap over top of it. So there you go. This is where I like to keep the tripod. Now, again, the tripod, the actual tripod mount is on the bottom right here. I just personally don't really use this ever, but if you had a tripod that didn't say fit in the water bottle holder, you have these bottom straps should you need it. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes I add stuff, sometimes I remove stuff. It really just depends on the situation. Big thank you to Brevite for sending me the backpack. That's gonna be it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. And as always, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. You guys are definitely gonna wanna stick around for next week. We've got some really exciting stuff on the way. Make sure to follow me on X, TikTok, and Instagram to stay up to date on all things 24 Concept. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh my God. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I keep looking at myself. Oh my God, I haven't done push-ups in 100 years. Bicycle.